to develop critical metals and minerals in order to build independence. We're going to work with our partners in the G7 and beyond.
Today, we are announcing that the Government of Canada has issued an order in Council under the Defence Production Act, officially designating critical materials as essential Canadian defence and national interest.
What if I told you that the next global power struggle won't be fought over oil? Not over gas, not even over land, but over rocks. Yes, rocks, specifically rare earth minerals. Minerals so strategically important that the world's biggest nations, from the US and China to Japan, Europe, and Canada, are racing to secure them. Because whoever controls these minerals controls the future of electric vehicles, fighter jets, AI chips, quantum computing, missiles, satellites, and clean energy grids. And right now, in a move that has shocked global markets, Canada has secured $6.44 billion worth of critical mineral deals with its G7 allies. A geopolitical earthquake that positions the country as a rising superpower in the new mineral economy. But here's the real question. Why now? Why are countries suddenly scrambling for something most people can't even pronounce, like scandium, dysprosium, neodymium, and graphite? And what does this global shift mean for power, for security, and for the future of modern civilization? Welcome to Red Leaf Politics. And today, we dive into the hidden battles shaping the 21st century. Let's start with the basics. Rare earths aren't actually rare. What makes them valuable is that they're incredibly hard to mine, difficult to process, and even harder to supply at scale. And yet, the modern world cannot function without them. They're in electric vehicle motors, wind turbine magnets, AI, and high-performance computing chips, fighter jets like the F-35 missile systems, and radar smartphones, batteries, and robotics, in fact. A single F-35 jet requires 417 kilograms of rare earth materials. A Tesla motor, about 1 kilogram of neodymium magnets. And batteries for electric vehicles need huge amounts of graphite, a mineral Canada specifically identified as critical. This is why nations now view rare earths not as simple commodities, but as strategic weapons. Whoever controls them can power their industries, supercharge their militaries, and dominate global supply chains. Right now, China controls over 70% of rare earth processing and refining. That's why the West needs new partners and a new supply chain. This is where Canada steps in with something the world desperately needs: ethically sourced, climate-safe, geopolitically stable critical minerals. According to the uploaded document, Canada has now secured $6.44 billion in critical mineral deals with G7 allies, representing one of the largest strategic mineral investments in Canadian history. And this deal is not about digging holes in the ground. It's about something far more powerful: reshaping global supply chains. The investment funnels money into mining, processing, refining, advanced manufacturing, research partnerships, and long-term strategic stockpiles for national defense. Canada is doing this through the Critical Minerals Production Alliance, a strategy built with allies like France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Luxembourg, Norway, United States, Australia, Ukraine. These partnerships include offtake agreements, co-investments, and long-term mineral security relationships designed to break dependence on China. But here's the most dramatic element. Canada officially used the Defence Production Act to classify these minerals as essential to national security, essential for defense, Arctic operations, and advanced technologies. When a country invokes its Defence Production Act, it means one thing: this is no longer about economics. This is about survival. Rare earths are shaping geopolitics just like oil shaped the 20th century. For decades, China dominated mining, China dominated refining, China dominated export controls, which meant China could, and did, use minerals as leverage. But now the world needs a new, stable supplier, a supplier with democratic institutions, environmental standards, and global trust. Canada checks every box. It has the third largest reserves of critical minerals on Earth, a stable political environment, strong environmental rules, world-class mining, expertise, strong trade ties to the U.S. and G7. This is why the U.S. military, European automakers, Japanese battery makers, and major tech companies are turning to Canada. The uploaded document confirms that Canada is positioning itself as the reliable, ethical alternative to China's mineral dominance. This isn't just mining. This is geopolitical power projection. The Critical Minerals Production Alliance is a game changer. Its mission: to accelerate the development of mines, refineries, and processing plants using public plus private capital. This includes securing long-term mineral buyers, funding large industrial projects, sharing scientific research, building low-emission mining technologies, and aligning environmental standards across the G7. The file states that each project is designed to meet strict environmental, ethical, and economic standards, meaning Canada is not just producing minerals, but doing it responsibly. The CMPA also supports Indigenous partnerships, community-driven development, carbon-neutral mining innovations, transparent supply chain monitoring in a world moving toward ESG, carbon-neutral commitments, and ethical sourcing. This gives Canada a competitive advantage that few can match. CMPA is also designed to protect national security. The uploaded document reveals something crucial. Canada will begin stockpiling critical minerals to ensure the defense sector and Arctic operations never run out of strategic material. This is Cold War-level strategic planning, just updated for the mineral age. When Canada formally invoked the Defense Production Act, it sent a message to the world. Critical minerals are now part of national defense. This has huge implications. It means critical minerals are now protected assets. The government can intervene in production. Ottawa can prioritize minerals for military use supply, can be restricted during emergencies. Stockpiles can be built like oil reserves. Rare earth minerals such as neodymium, dysprosium, graphite, and scandium are needed for fighter jets, drones, satellites, communications systems, submarines, encryption, hardware, Arctic surveillance, technologies. The document confirms that this stockpiling effort will also strengthen NATO's collective defense capabilities, making Canada a cornerstone of Western security. This is a direct strategic counter to China's mineral leverage. Once you see critical minerals through a defense-first lens, every investment begins to look like a strategic military move. This mineral strategy is not just geopolitical, it's economic. The uploaded document highlights that Canada's investments aim to create thousands of high-tech mining and processing jobs, attract global investment into mining and manufacturing, build domestic EV battery supply chains, develop advanced refining and magnet factories, foster innovation in mineral processing, tech. These are not low-wage mining jobs. These are clean tech, robotics, engineering, chemistry, and automation jobs. Critical minerals are expected to fuel electric vehicle factories, battery gigafactories, semiconductor projects, defense, manufacturing, clean energy grids, aerospace innovation. Canada is essentially building its own industrial renaissance. For decades, Canada exported raw materials. Now it plans to refine them, process them, and manufacture high-value technologies at home. A huge shift in national economic policy. The uploaded document makes something very clear. Canada's mineral deals are not bilateral. They are multilateral, spanning the entire G7. This means shared technology, shared investment, shared supply chains, shared environmental standards, shared defense goals. This is a G7-wide supply chain designed as a direct alternative to China's mineral monopoly. The roadmap to promote standards-based critical mineral markets ensures ethical mining, transparent supply chains, high environmental standards, economic viability, accountability across borders. This is the West's answer to China's dominance. An alliance-driven economic bloc built on trust, sustainability, and shared security interests. The world has entered a new mineral era, and the G7 is building it around Canada. Every era has its defining resource. The 19th century was coal, the 20th century was oil, the 21st century will be critical minerals because these minerals fuel clean energy, electric vehicles, AI, and computing, modern military, space technology, quantum innovation. Canada's decisive move positions it not just as a participant, but as a global leader. The uploaded document closes with a powerful idea. Canada's actions today will shape the technologies, defense systems, and energy grids of tomorrow. This is more than mining. This is Canada rewriting its place in global power structures. Rare earth minerals are the hidden engine of modern civilization. Every EV, every wind turbine, every missile, every smartphone, every piece of advanced technology depends on them. Canada's $6.44 billion critical minerals strategy isn't just an investment. It's a declaration of global leadership. By partnering with the G7, invoking the Defense Production Act, and building ethical supply chains, Canada is creating a future where the West is no longer dependent on unstable or authoritarian sources of minerals. This is about economic security, technological dominance, environmental responsibility, and national defense. Canada is showing that leadership in the 21st century belongs to nations that can combine resources, strategy, ethics, and alliances. And the world is watching. If this deep dive opened your eyes to the hidden geopolitical battle unfolding beneath our feet, then don't leave without taking action. Hit like if you want more investigations into the political forces shaping our world. Drop a comment telling us which country you think will win the global race for critical minerals. Share this video to help others understand the strategic game happening behind the scenes. And most importantly, subscribe to Red Leaf Politics, where we expose the stories that shape power, democracy, and the future of global politics. This is Red Leaf Politics, where the truth has consequences, and the consequences matter.